and he's winning every single roll. That is unbelievable. And of course, hello and welcome back to another installment of Poke Fodder. A lot of people have asked me to go over, with the impending gym coming up, we're going to call it ground electric. If it's not ground electric, it's because they completely threw us a curveball, where ground is going to get the plus 20 damage boost on its white and gold attacks, while electric types are going to get plus 1 MP. If you will remember, back to the fire gym, this created Moltres as a super Shuppet. I would suspect and expect for Zapdos to be very similar, with the one caveat of there are some counters that have been introduced into the game since the fire gym that I think can help you slow down the Zapdos rush. And that's what I'm going to talk about in today's video. In my opinion, here are, on paper, what should be the 6 best counters to helping you slow down the Zapdos rush. And I've done, as you can see, I've got EX, I've got Rare, and then I've got Uncommon to kind of help everybody across the board come up with something. A lot of times when I do a video and it's all EX, people are like, but I don't have all the EXs. So I feel like if I did a video that only showcased EX Pokemon to help you slow down the Zapdos rush, that probably doesn't help out a whole lot of people. But at this point in time, the legendary birds have been out for a long time, and I imagine just about everybody, unless you just started the game, has at least one of them. And those are, first and foremost, my Tier 1 Zapdos Rush stoppers. The reason why I say this is because the legendary birds can't soar over other legendary birds. That means Zapdos can't hop over your Moltres, Zapdos can't hop over other Zapdos. That's going to help you defend and slow down against the heavy Zapdos rushes. In order of importance, I would say if you have Zapdos with chain levels and you have the Electro Plate, I would say, sorry, I had to turn off my ringer there. I would say Zapdos is probably going to be the number 1 rush stopper, unless you have a Moltres that has 3 chain levels or more. Because with the Electric Plate, Zapdos next to or adjacent to another electric type is going to gain a plus 10 boost on its damage. That's why I say Zapdos is probably going to be the best Zapdos counter if you have the plate. You probably have, and honestly, whichever of the two you have more chain levels on is going to be the better counter. So at face value, they're equal. If you have 0 chain levels on either one and you're running the Electro Plate, I would say they're both equal as far as stopping the other one, with the slight advantage going to Moltres, because if your opponent is also running the Electro Energy Plate, that is going to remove, think of it as like tropical, or as like a heal, a tropical energy plate or a heal plate. It's going to remove the paralysis effect, whereas it's not going to remove the flame charge if you land that for Moltres. So I would give all things being equal, I'd give the very slight edge to Moltres. Not all things being equal, I would say go with the one with the more chain levels. The next on my list is going to be Articuno. And Articuno is a step down, but he's ahead of the next 3, simply because you can't hop over him, and he does have the ability to freeze. That he's not going to be able to do the damage. You're strictly going to be slowing down the rush to try to get some stuff set up if you go with Articuno. If that's all you have, by all means go ahead and use it. but you're better off using Zapdos or Moltres. Next on my list is going to be Galvantula. The reason why is he's a little underwhelming. Well, he's 3 MP, so that's going to be nice. But his attack is 60 base. I have so many of these that I just chain leveled them up. But the reason why I like him to slowing down the Zapdos Rush is because of his passive, the Electric Web. The opponent's Pokemon that have passed over this Pokemon by using Fly, Fly Away, or Soar become paralyzed. I'm running Zapdos in this gym. Everybody who has Zapdos is going to run Zapdos in this gym. I'm anticipating. But it's going to make me think twice about soaring over Galvantula. And I'm talking about ways to stall the rush. I'm not talking about ways to defeat Zapdos. And this is going to stall. If I'm rushing and Galvantula is in front of me, I'm going to stop and knock it out before I continue on my way, because I don't want to soar over it and then get paralyzed. That is why I think Galvantula is going to be a nice stall to the Zapdos Rush. And the reason why I think he's better than Stunkfisk is because Stunkfisk is going to be 2 MP, where Galvantula is 3 MP. This has the ability of Electric Mat. Other Pokemon can move over this Pokemon when using an MP move. If those Pokemon are opponent's Pokemon, those Pokemon become paralyzed. So very similar, basically the same feature. It's just called Electric Mat. This Pokemon does have a 56 slice, 50 damage of the battle opponent and all flying type Pokemon and water type Pokemon that are not ground type Pokemon within 2 steps are paralyzed. And so if you get knocked out, this is going to paralyze other things as well, which is nice. It's kind of, think of coughing or wheezing, where when they explode, they poison everything around. This is going to do the same thing. It's going to poison everything around you. But a little bit less damage, a 1-star purple, knock out the battle opponent if it's not a flying type Pokemon. So it's not going to knock out Zapdos. But there you go. That's why I have him rated probably. Honestly, now that I'm looking at this, I would probably put Stunfisk as the 6th best option. Or maybe it's Zapdos and Moltres as number 1, Articuno number 2, Galvantula number 3, and then Stunfisk and Vibrava tied for 4th. The reason why Vibrava, and it's really weak to Zapdos' gold attack. If Zapdos rolls gold, there's nothing that you can do to not be knocked out. But you have to stop whenever you reach Vibrava. And again, I'm only talking about slowing down the rush. And sometimes when you've got Super Shuppets running all over the board and running wild, your entry points are gone in 3 turns, just even losing this Pokemon and getting stalled out for 1 turn can be the difference. Vibrava does have the added benefit that if it happens to knock out a Pokemon and evolve into Flygon, all the Soar effects are eliminated completely. So now that I've actually said that aloud, I'm going to go ahead and put Vibrava ahead of Stunfisk. Simply for that reason. It's a narrow margin, because evolving Vibrava is not going to be easy. There will be a lot of Jolteons probably running around. What is this? This is 60 attack. So you could actually knock out Galvantula with a Vibrava. So for that reason and that reason alone, the evolution into Flygon, eliminating all risk of Soar, is going to give Vibrava a little bit. So we'll rework that. We'll say Zapdos, Moltres 1 and 1A. Articuno is going to be 2, Galvantula 3, Vibrava 4, and Stunfisk 5. And those are my best recommendations for how to slow down the Zapdos Rush in the upcoming gym. Just a reminder, if I'm able to do a video tomorrow, it's going to be really late. Just be forewarned about that. I will do my best to get something out for you guys, but as of right now, it's like 60-40. I'm not even going to get to be able to create a video. Also, one other thing before I jump into a match. Thank you for all the tremendous response to yesterday's video about the tournament. It has gained a lot of traction. A lot of people seem very interested about this. Just about all the gyms are full with leaders, but we really don't know how active the tournament is going to be. So what we think is enough may not actually be enough. If you do want to be a gym leader, and it's open to everybody, go to my Discord. Link is down in the description below. DM or ping Popstars Kirby. Let him know that you'd like to be a gym leader, and he'll let you know which ones are most needed. I think Bug and maybe Flying are the two most needed. Maybe Normal is in there as well. It's kind of hard to keep up. There's a lot going on the Discord. I think those are the three that need the most help, but we don't know. So if you're interested, if there are requirements and rules and recommendations on what needs to be done to be a leader, it's super easy to follow, but it's too long for me to go into. If you want to watch the video from yesterday, I kind of touch on it a little bit, but the easiest thing to do is to go to my Discord, look at the announcements, and everything is there. If you have any questions, there's tons of people willing to help. All of that being said, this is not the deck that I'm going to run. I'm going to throw out this little gem of a deck. We're going to hop into some League play. I'm using Mewtwo. Everybody says Mewtwo sucks. I disagree. I think Mewtwo has the best purple in the game. It is a game-changing purple. He has a horrendous blue that sends him back to the bench. Oh my gosh. Why am I facing almost a 3,200 player? I'm just kicking it down here. I could get demolished here. I mean, it is very possible that I'm going to get absolutely wrecked. I've got Flygon for Draco Meteor. You know me, I like to mix things up and go outside the box. This is what I threw together. It looked like fun. I'm not sure what I have. He doesn't have Tracheon. I think that might be my best matchup against Moltres and his 2 chain levels. Let's be like the rapper and say 2 chains, but I'm not going to, even though I already did. I can cover his Zapdos. We will take that matchup. Definitely don't want Flygon. Yeah, see, that doesn't really work for me, Geodude. Geodude is typically really high ranked. He's usually pretty high up on the leaderboard. And if you haven't logged into your game yet, did you notice that... What do we want to do here? We're going to go here. Did you notice the announcement about people who tank their rank are potentially going to be disqualified from receiving monthly bonus? Very interesting that they took that step to kind of curb the tanking that has plagued the game. All right, so he wants to try that. I've actually got, this could be bad. We're gonna go for it. Because I have his Zapdos covered, definitely gonna re-roll that. Gold. Not what we wanted to see there. I don't even know what plates I have. I think I have gold block. Okay. This could be bad if we get fly. No. This could be bad if he hops over us. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna lose, but we got to figure out, I guess my only option That really sucked. Could have come back and attacked. That would have been an option. All right, so what we're going to do is now we're going to double chance. This isn't even going to free up my entry point. That's not at all what I wanted. That's even less of what I wanted. I mean, we have gotten 0. Count them. Are you done counting yet? Because we've gotten 0 rolls. Nothing good is happening here. And since I don't even care at this point, and that's game. We got 0 rolls out of that. Not a single roll. So we lose. That was terrible. I honestly don't even know how to combat that. I mean, I guess that's why I suck at the game, quite honestly. And people are like, well, you have chain levels, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. When you double chance and roll nothing and nothing both times, you know, maybe my better play was to take Virizion and just start going up the lane. I don't know, I guess. But yeah, that was pretty awful. So now we will find somebody a little closer to our rank. And we will play one more match. This will be it for today. Win or lose. If Rip wants to play. And he does. Now I see this. I don't ever do this strategy, but I see it often. And apparently, Mew is like some total house wrecker here, where people just take him and fly in and X attack, and who knows what all they do, but see what plates he has. We're gonna yellow. I fully, I'm calling it now. Greninja's gonna roll dodge. Nope. Wow, look at that. It actually worked. Now he's just going to goal block. And then what do I do? I don't attack into Zapdos. He has to roll miss. I'm just, honestly, at this point, I'm just super excited that Greninja did not, that neither one of those two rolled their blue roll. Fully expected that. Although he does have Heatran. God, that'd have been great to have Poke Switch right there. Come out and done a swap with Mewtwo and thrown his Zapdos off of the goal. That'd have been great. Something to think about for the future, in fact. Mewtwo's filthy. We're just going to send him in. Just going to send him in. On these angles and stuff, I don't know. Oh, I think twice about that, actually. Had I hopped over to here, he could have brought Heatran out with his passive. And that would have been really, really bad things, because then my Mewtwo would have been surrounded. And we're trying to avoid that. Okay. Well, I guess I'm going to take that, because even if he gets his fly, I can still do goal block. Now we're going to have to play just a little bit of defense here. Apologize if you can hear the dogs barking in the background. If you can't, then you're like, what dogs? Really? Really, Zapdos? That was kind of ridiculous. Perfect. Favorable roll. I like it. I like it a lot. Now, I guess he's going to run Heatran right there and try to knock me back. Or I could even land Fly. Not sure why he went that direction. I guess to set up the surround. No, we're gonna maintain that as long as we can. Eventually we're gonna get knocked off of that spot. 60. He's gonna have to roll miss for us not to be knocked off of there. I think that's what he was going for. What he doesn't know is we're going to try to double chance. Oh, I can't do that either, though. So we are going to double chance Subtile. We're actually looking for the blue to hop over. Oh my god. Ha! How exciting is that? It actually worked out. I need Heatran to roll a miss, is basically what this is coming down to. And just don't want to get knocked out by Yveltal. In fact, I will most likely goal block, even if I don't, unless I knock him out. Definitely don't want to do that. I'm going to go ahead and goal block here. Just for added protection back on my goal. Oh, he got the miss too. How unfortunate. Let's see if I can't get out of here. Draco Meteor would be nice. Who would I... Oh, I guess I'd have to spin Yveltal. That'd be nice. Yveltal has a bigger chance of rolling a white. Heatran's going to pop out. I'm so disappointed that Mew didn't land an attack on his miss, and then we get knocked out. That's pretty much the worst case scenario there. Very disappointed by that turn of events. Bummer. I don't know what to do here. I'd like to just knock him out for once. It's like beating your head against the wall, isn't it? Yveltal's rolled his 100 3 times now. And had enough of this. So we're just going to take matters into our own hands. I got nothing, guys. I got nothing. Again. At least I rolled an attack this time. Now what he could do is attack again with Rhyperior to push me back and get this round. That was the wrong thing. I don't know why he did that. I have Tropical Energy. I mean, I don't even know what to do. This is... I'm glad to see that I won a roll. Honestly, didn't even think that would happen at this point. It's amazing. I had both entries covered. I don't think I even had Pokemon in the PC. And then someone got knocked out, and then someone got knocked out. And like just a complete snowball effect. I couldn't land an attack. I'm actually glad he did that, because that takes out a Pokemon who was burned. I'm 100% okay with that. Now, Yveltal should not beat Mew very often. Glad to see that one hold up. Rayquaza is very underrated. He's super annoying to deal with. This guy has Rayquaza level 5. Are all of his Pokemon level 5? No. Guess I'll take that. Not real excited about Heatran being back out of the PC, but still take the surround. It's quite the comeback. I honestly thought that when Heatran was just going off on my team, again with the Grass Knot. Could you not? When Heatran was just going off on my team, I basically quit thinking that that was the end. All right, the board is set up for Mewtwo to do his thing. I'm not going to take the shuttle flip. Does he have any plates left? No. Mewtwo is there in case Mew gets knocked out here. Sometimes you just have to breathe in and breathe out when playing this game. Unbelievable. All right, well. I guess Zapdos knocking out Heatran a minute ago was just prolonging the agony and the pain. I think Heatran's only lost one roll this entire game. Okay, well, hopefully he rolls his Magna Slide and hopefully I roll gold. No. Technically that's considered a win because blue beats purple, but in this case it's an absolute loss. And I don't have anything positive to say about this game. Again, people will ask me, oh, you were 3,200 a day ago. How come in today's video you're like 28? That's why. Like, you guys saw that. I'm sure some of you can say, well, if you would have done this or this or this, you would have won. But when I'm playing the game, I legit cannot think of anything I could have done different because I had defender set up and Heatran just never missed. He rolled whatever he needed to roll to move my guys out of the way. I think he went through 6 defenders. I personally, I don't know if one Pokemon is going to go through 6 defenders. I only have 6 Pokemon in my deck. I don't know how else to defend. I had gold. I had Mew back there for gold. I had Zapdos back there for gold. You know, I had Sceptile. I had Virizion. I had all of them. You know, and I don't know. I don't know how to defend against a Pokemon that knocks out 6 or 7 people. So, it is what it is. And gym starts tomorrow. And until next time.